Right guys, hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday, hope you've had a nice weekend so far. So I'm going to answer this question, which is very popular one I get all the time. Have you got any tips for apprentice bricklayers or newbies? Thought I'd make a video so I get the information out there. So here goes. Number one on the list, I've got be careful who you learn off. And it's very important that the person you're learning your skills off, your potential skills for the future, is decent. It doesn't matter what field you're in. You know, the people at college you're learning off, how do you know that they're really good bricklayers? You know, you might be learning their ways and they might not be that good. So what I'm trying to say is try and see some of their work before you choose whether you want to learn off them or not. You know, because if I want to learn something like web or graphic design, then I've always wanted to see the person's work before I chose that particular person I wanted to learn off. And it's the same with anything really. Joiner, you want to see their work. Bricklayer, plasterer, you want to see their work to then choose if you want to learn off them or not. Now, so be careful who you learn off, because right in the beginning that's when you soak up all the information the most, and that's when you start to copy technique, shall we just say. Second is, I would recommend bricklaying as a trade because it's good fun, you know. It's good fun, it's a creative trade, so if you like to create things and you're very artistic and you're imaginative, then there's no better trade really than bricklaying. It pays well, yeah, it's just a really good trade to do really. It's one of those jobs where you can just sit back at the end of the job and admire your work, what you've done, and you've created something out of nothing and people are going to benefit from that. Next on the list is a bit of a negative because it's the weather we have to put up with, guys. As you've seen in the UK, we've had a terrible winter this time, and it's been really tough to make money. You know, if you're out on site, you can't lay in 3 degrees or below. You know, you can't lay in the rain, and you know, you've all sorts of variables telling you with the inclement weather that you can't lay brick and earn money. You know, you need to be laying to earn money, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And this rolls on to the next one, which I would suggest is learn other skills. You know what I mean? Don't just depend on bricklaying. Learn other skills. You know the way the world's moving right now, everything's digital, online, so try and learn a skill of something to do with online, you know, whether it be web design or graphic design, something in that field. It might be another creative job like that, but just try something else as well, you know, just so you're not so reliant on bricklaying. Next up on the list, I've got always over-deliver. Always give 200% and over-deliver of what you've been asked. Right, I've always done that throughout my career, throughout anything I've ever done. I can remember a job I used to have, brushing, just doing general household tasks through a friend of mine at the golf club. I worked for his dad, I think it was on about £3 an hour, and he told me to brush the drive, and I brushed the drive, cleaned all the leaves, till my hands were blistered. But I remember him coming home saying, whoa, that's a great job. You know, always over deliver, guys. Same with your bricklaying, do more than you're asked for and you'll go far. We've got a simple one as a human: always treat people as you wish to be treated. You know, it sounds simple, but there's a lot of people, as you know from my earlier video about the past, but there's a lot of people out there that just treat you badly, you know, and we all know about karma. You know, it comes back to haunt you in later life, so just treat people as you would like to be treated, and yeah, you can't go wrong really. Next up, I want to tell you guys that it's a hard trade. Bricklaying is a hard trade. You know, you might look at my videos and think, wow, it looks so wonderful, but all you're seeing is the bells and the whistles of bricklaying really. You know, you don't see the tough side, the tough grind, and it's real hard work. It's very demanding on the body if you're doing it day in, day out. Thankfully, I don't do it every single day on site like some of these lads. Now, they are going through a lot, you know what I mean? The body's going through a lot, you know, all your senses are being damaged really. You've got your hearing, constant noise throughout the day. You're constantly moving through the 8 hours. You never stop, apart from your breaks, obviously. And, you know, you've risk of injury as well, you know, so all these have got to be, you know, bear in mind when you're choosing your trade. I suppose it's the same with any other trade, but bricklaying, it ain't easy, so that's something to bear in mind. You know, you've got your weather and your winter where it's tough, and you're working around other people pushing you and stuff, and you know, there's a lot of mean people in this game as well, so just bear that in mind. Next up, we have got practice, practice, practice. I can't tell you enough how much you need to practice. Everybody in life wants it right now. You know, they want that money right now, they want the success right now with everything they do, and they don't want to put the work in, they don't want to put the time it takes, the countless hours of practice to achieve a high standard of skill, and that's something that can't be missed really, guys. You've got to go through it. I've had a few questions saying, how long will it take me to like be as good as you and stuff like that, and the fact is I've been doing it 14-15 years now, and you know, it takes a long time. It takes, they say, around 10,000 hours of purposeful practice to get good at any skill. There's no quick fix with anything. You're going to have to put the practice in, and I would say in the beginning, really carefully you learn off. Go slow at the beginning, because that's when you're going to develop your skill and your technique. You will develop your own technique in time. Every bricklayer does it differently, so that's something to take in. And yeah, just keep practicing and you'll get it. Speed will come in time. Last but not least on the list, we've got just support each other. You know, it sounds simple, but this game, bricklaying especially, I've joined a couple of, especially online, some of the things I've seen has not been very good, guys. I've joined a few bricklaying groups, and there's people posting the work up there and they're getting hounded, hate comments. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and it's really disappointing and saddens me. I watched a video earlier, this guy put a live stream on, they were calling him, attacking the way he spread it, attacking how slow he was. It seems like a macho game, you know, the bricklaying industry. I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you, you know, and it's trying to belittle each other, and they're all hypocrites, you know what I mean? People who try and attack other people are all hypocrites, because they've probably made the same mistake or done the same thing wrong, but they don't think about that. They just attack. So that, and putting your bricklaying stuff online, guys, let me tell you, you're in for a lot of critics. So that's something to bear in mind if you're going to do it online as well, you know, if you're going to post your work. But you find that the guys on these Facebook posts, they never post their work, and they just feel threatened, you know, when they see good work or a bricklayer doing good or something like that. They feel their job's in threat, or they're being threatened, or their ego is being threatened in some kind of way. So the defense mechanism is to attack with a comment, hide behind the keyboard. I don't like that, honestly, guys, but prepare yourself for stuff like that if you're going to be posting online. Yeah, guys, so just try and support each other as best you can. It is a bit of a macho game on site. You'll have laughing and joking, practical jokes and all that. It's all a front to me, I can see straight through it. Just go in there, do your work, over deliver, and then come home, and that's all I can ask of you to do. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like rating. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Happy bricklaying. I'm hanging in the sunshine.